How many of you have wondered how to put into practice this great quote from this movie, from Rocky, that says, "It's not how hard you hit, but how hard you get hit, still moving forward." Well, it was not until I started meditating for my my videos on James 1:12 that I got to put into connections, which it says, "Blessed is the man who perseveres in temptation, for when he has been proved, he will receive the crown of life that he promised to those who love him." That I started to actually understand that I had to put it into practice. Because I always thought, okay, it's just a matter of free will and then going at it. And that's just going to happen. I will have the will to do it. But again, when to put it within the Christian faith, like, yes, there's be those punches that you're able to block, that you're able to. Sometimes they might hit you, but because you've been practicing, you've been working on them, you are able to move forward. You know, so that's where the idea when there's perseverance. But I think within the movie and within our Christian faith, we know there will be those punches that are so hard that put you down into your knees. Within the movie, it says that you will have the will to get up and keep forward. Well, within our faith, we know that we have those punches that bring us down to our knee, which is those sins, and most likely will be the mortal sins that bring us to our knees. But the perseverance that we're talking about is not that we did not give in into it. It's like obviously something happened that made it to be a mortal sin because it was the will that gave in into it. But it's the fact that we are not staying down. That we are not saying, I this particular sin that I have committed, God will not forgive me for that. Or I'm keep committing the sin. I'm just stopping, not even why bring it up again, by working on it. I think that's the perseverance of saying, no, I coming back to the Lord. No, it's not through my will, it's through God's grace that I'm gonna be overcoming this and going to be moving forward. How do we do that within our faith? We use the sacrament of reconciliation to set us back and be like, okay, let's go back again and stand up straight and keep going forward. Now, my ministry also had to do, Christian faith, marriage, and dancing. So how does it come about within our marriage? Well, in marriage, again, it will be because of either the sins that we commit to the other person, or the other person commits a certain sins to us, and we say, okay, that's it, the marriage is done. I cannot move forward. And how do we go about it? How we will receive the graces? It will be through the sacraments that we going and receiving the sacraments that we'll be able to work through that, because it will not just be through our own sheer will, but because of the grace of God. But by saying and seeing, okay, these are my needs, because certain things that has happened, if the other person has sinned against us, or if we have sinned against the other person, it will be through the grace of saying I'm sorry the proper way. So I will be making videos for both of those, how to do them, how to express your needs, and the second one, other video, will be how to say a proper way to say I'm sorry. That will be another video that are a little more advanced of what I'm saying. So I'm going more to the basics, and for that one I will be using dancing. Okay, so how do you do this in dancing? Well, how does it happen in dancing, right? In dancing, you're either preparing for this performance, or you're dancing in a certain location, just having fun for the fun of it. But then there's something wrong with the music, or you're having a bad day, either for the performance also too can happen. Having a bad day, and you're saying, okay, I'm giving up. I'm not doing this anymore. Well, I will be using what Jordan Peterson said of have reset yourself. The first from the 12 rules of life, number one rule was, stand up straight, and shoulders back, and keep moving forward. He's not talking about dancing, but that's kind of what I'm using. Keep moving with your dance. Okay, so practical aspect. How do you do that? How do you do the postures? In the book and in the videos that if you are able to see them from Jordan Peterson, he talks about how the mental benefits that comes from it, the biological benefits that naturally come just by having that posture, which if you put it within the grace in Christianity, or the grace that comes from in marriage, are the benefits that comes from, again, standing up. You receive graces in dancing. Your posture is mental, and your biological aspect of having a posture, stand up straight. But how do you do it? Okay, so it says this is how you work on your postures. Okay, so you those circles, and then you go back and down. So back and down. That's how you do it. So circles, go back and down, and that's how you have your postures. But okay, how do you can do it at your house and know that you're doing it correctly? I will use a prop for you guys, so you guys can follow along, look for something, thick, not too thick. That way, it doesn't create too much tension. So stand up straight and shoulders back. That's what 12 Rules for Life says, right? Well, if you're not standing straight, you create a tension in your lower back with a stick, because you're creating this tension into it. So there's going to be a free tension in here. And how do you know that they're lower? Your shoulders are low. It's because otherwise, if you're high, you're gonna feel it more, the stick on this area, instead of having it in the crevice all your elbows. So that's how I know you're going back and down. So what happens within this, if you can read it within the book, it says being open, which means you're being vulnerable. Within your Christian faith, it's being vulnerable, saying like, I have failed. That's the first step, saying, God, I'm coming to you for forgiveness, and being open for the graces that He's going to give us at the same time. The same way it comes in marriage. Either way, if you're asking or you're receiving, it's being vulnerable at the same time and receiving the graces that comes because of the marriage. And then in dancing, opening this is the mental and then the physical, again, that you will be receiving or just standing up, not feeling defeated. Standing up straight, yes, be able to do, say, at least I can control this. Maybe the music is not going, that maybe not having a good day because of whatever reason, but standing up straight, you're telling your body physically and biologically is feeling this and says, okay, we need to move forward now. So that's how you can do the perseverance, not giving up and not saying, that's it, not cannot move forward. So thank you so much, and see you in the next video.